How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Prozzy here, and I'm making this video because I think we all make mistakes and we all get embarrassed, and we have these sort of awkward moments that we can look back on and hopefully laugh at. And I was just thinking about this video because I was doing just that the other day with a friend, talking about some older stories, and I figured I'd share some of them with you. And yeah, so basically, you know, living abroad, you can easily come across some misunderstandings or some situations that can be kind of funny, things you didn't intend to happen, some misunderstandings, you know, with the cultural and language barrier. There's a ton of different ways things can kind of go sideways, and you can get some really awkward moments. And the first one I wanted to talk about, I made a video, I don't know, is this last year? Time's really flying by. I got my first accident here in Taiwan. An elderly lady rear-ended me. You know, I was basically just riding along. We were at a stoplight, and then the light turned green, and I wanted to move over to the right a little bit. I shoulder checked. I looked at my mirror. You can see here in the video, and she wasn't there at all. I didn't see her, and I guess maybe she just didn't have the reaction time, but she didn't hit the brakes fast enough and ran into the back of me and fell over. Fine. I mean, that's awkward in and of itself. Nobody likes getting scooter accidents. You know, just make sure you have your license, you're insured, and you're fine. But what happened next, because this is my first time ever getting into an accident here in Taiwan, and so I just kind of froze up. All the Chinese that I thought I knew went right out the window when I needed it most. I didn't really know what to do. I just kind of froze. You know, I think some people react to these situations in different ways. Some people have a huge adrenaline rush and spring into action and know exactly what to do, especially if you've got some experience with these situations, but I didn't, and I just froze. But anyways, I at least knew that I had to make sure this lady was okay, because when I got off my bike, I mean, I felt the thud, but it didn't feel that violent to me because we were going pretty slow. Again, we were just a second ago sitting at a red light, and so I got off my scooter, and I walked up to her, and she's on the ground. I guess she hit her head pretty good, because the other thing, guys, is like I see a lot of Taiwanese people wearing these just piece of shit skid lids, these plastic, I mean, they're barely even bicycle helmets, for God's sakes. They could be construction hats. They're really not, you know, they're not for scooter accidents. They're not for motorcycle accidents. They're not going to do your head any protection. I understand that they're cost effective. They're very cheap. But in the event of an accident, you're fucked. That's not going to help you at all. And, you know, people die just from falling down walking, you know, like see what she's wearing here, this white helmet. That's absolutely not going to do nothing for her in an accident. But anyways, that's my rant. You do whatever you want with your head. It's your head. But I'm just saying, this lady, I guess, hit her head pretty good, so she was on the floor, and so I wanted to make sure she was okay. So I walked up to her, but all my Chinese went out the window, and I just said this. You okay? Like as if she's going to understand anything that I'm saying. And so I thought that was, I don't know, it's not funny. I mean, she ended up being okay. She ended up being totally fine. I paid her $15,000 for hospital fees that she didn't have any receipts for, but whatever. You got to pay compensation for their losing face and stuff. And I don't know, there's a whole bunch of weird costs you have to pay for in accidents here in Taiwan that I don't pretend to understand, but she ended up being okay, so don't worry about that. But I just thought that that was the most awkward thing I could have said ever. Just, are you okay? Like an idiot. I even hate, like, going back and watching that video because it just makes me cringe so bad. Just, I don't want to relive that moment. I remember when I showed Alan the video for the first time because he came to the police station to help me. And we watched that back and we had a pretty good chuckle over it, just how ridiculous that was. But, you know, again, those are one of the situations that I can look back and laugh on. Another one that also is related to helmets. I've told this story before, just in one of my China versus Taiwan differences. And, you know, I learned how to speak Chinese in China, so I have more of a mainland vocabulary and more of, I wouldn't say a mainland accent, I'm not really sure, but I'm definitely learning all the time. I've said this a bunch of times before, but I'm learning a bunch of times that, you know, Taiwan has different words for different things, and one of those things is for helmet. In China, I always called it a toukui. And a toukui was just a helmet in China, but here it's an anchuan mao, which literally translates to, and I know I'm not getting the tones correct on this, leave me alone, but that's literally just translates to safety hat. And I got a motorcycle, a Yamaha SR 150, when I moved here, and I was all excited, and I went to one of the many helmet shops you'll find around here to purchase a helmet so I could do videos just like this on my scooter, just motor vlogs, and so I asked the guy. I said, I'm looking for a helmet. Like, 我才找一个头盔. And the guy was like, huh? he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I need a tokwei. I need a helmet. I need for my scooter. And he was super confused because in Taiwan, a tokwei is a helmet, but it's the army helmets, like the infantrymen, those hard hats that they wear, those camouflaged. You guys know what I'm talking about? In Taiwan, that's what a tokwei is. And so the guy was like, were you going to war? Like, who are you going to be fighting? Here's another story that isn't so funny, and one that I was, I don't know, I wouldn't say upset, but kind of appalled by. And basically, one night I was at the pub with a couple of buddies. There was a few foreigners. I hadn't met them before. I didn't know who they were. And another table, and at this table there was a mainland Chinese girl sitting with us drinking, and that's gonna be awkward, right? Because China and Taiwan don't have the greatest, and I'll make an entire video about this if I can think of enough to say about it, but they don't have the greatest relationship, and so you do get Taiwanese people traveling to mainland China and mainland Chinese traveling to Taiwan frequently for business or for whatever. There's a million different reasons why they travel from both places. And so what happens when they interact with one another? And the answer to that is nothing. They don't really talk about it. It's kind of awkward. Everybody knows that there's kind of a divide between our two nations, and so when you're at the pub and they're having beers and we're talking and we're sharing conversations and stuff, people just don't talk about it. It's awkward, and that's sort of understood amongst most people. I've got a mainland Chinese friend here, my friend's wife here in Taiwan, and she's great, and I do poke fun of her all the time, which I probably shouldn't do. It's kind of a faux pas, but I lived in mainland China, and so I often talk to her about it because I miss some things from mainland China, and so, but whatever, that's besides the point. My point is, you're not really supposed to bring it up, and especially with people you don't know. And of course, one of the foreigners sitting at the table with us just has to go on this anti-mainland China, pro-Taiwan rant with this lady, asking her, how could she support a communist regime, and how could she, think that Taiwan is a part of China, and yada, every fucking controversial topic he could think of. Whoa, 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 that guy's looking straight ahead. Jesus Christ, not looking where he's fucking going. God damn, it keeps happening. But anyways, oh shit. Google Maps almost just sent me on a pedestrian walkway. Fucking asshole Google Maps. God. Alright, sorry, that's just a brush of death right there really quickly in my video. But anyways, yeah, back to the story. Sorry, I'm meeting some friends right now and I don't know where I'm going, so I'm kind of looking to see where it is I'm supposed to be going here. But anyways, yeah, you could just feel the atmosphere. Just the taste in the air changed, because before that we were all just having fun, drinking together, talking, laughing, joking around, having a bit of fun. And then he goes and just drops this bomb on everybody, this social bomb. And, everyone's just kind of put their heads down like, ah, fuck, we're going here, really? You want to talk about these massive social, political issues while we're having a drink at the pub with fucking strangers? It was just so awkward. And, good on this mainland Chinese girl, too, for not letting this guy push her around. Because, she was like, oh, I'm proud to be Chinese. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And she wasn't shitting on Taiwan or anything. She just wasn't ashamed of being mainland Chinese. And, my advice for people, listen, if you're curious about these types of topics, and you want to ask some Chinese or Taiwanese people about them, I think that's fine, but maybe build a rapport with them first. Build some kind of relationship with them first. Instead of just, the second you meet them, take this really aggressive stance and try to shit on them from the fact of where they were born. It was a really shit thing of him to do, and I felt really awkward because I'm a foreigner, and I felt like, guilty by association type thing. But it was just so awkward. It was just so, I could just feel it in my fucking chest, like, fuck. The whole conversation just went downhill from there, and her table ended up leaving, and this fucking foreigner just sat there, and I had a word with him, because I took issue with that. I didn't like that at all. Despite my, I got some personal opinions about the Chinese government, but, you also have to have the mind. You have to have some tact. You know, I don't hate Chinese people. You know, you just meet somebody. I think there's Chinese people that are great, and they're really fun to drink with. And anyways, that was just that one story. And I thought maybe, you know, it was something I could share with you guys just in case. Because I think a lot of us foreigners do want to know, you know, about this whole situation, because it's interesting to us. And, you know, there's all kinds of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting to get the insider viewpoint, so we want to ask locals, but I think there's a way you go about it. So after editing this video, I realized that I kind of am coming off as a bit of a douchebag. Just the delivery of some of those stories was cringy and awkward in and of itself. I'm not sure what it was. I think maybe I was a little bit distracted by trying to find where I was going on Google and talk to you. Normally when I do these videos, I have no destination, I'm just writing. And I started cursing a lot, and I don't know, I just apologize if any of you feel like I came off sort of odd in that video. But also, to be very clear, I wasn't laughing in the first story at the lady who was involved in that accident with me. I was laughing at my super stupid, awkward response. I just wanted to make that extremely clear before I let you guys go. Anyways, much love. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, liking, following my Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.